Thank you, Creator, for all that you do, all that you have done, all you continue to do, and all that is to come. I love you. You know I love you. So you see them planes? That one just now flew through. And it's been about 4 or 5 of them that done rolled through here since I done start uh, checking this out. Since I got up and started checking it out. Because I stayed up. I didn't get to lay down. You know what I'm saying? So I just laid there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get no rest is what I mean. I just laid there. I didn't get no rest. So look, you see him? Trying to creep through here. He ain't got nothing flying out of the back of him though. But they've been doing this since I've been looking at her. They've been doing this. When I'm talking about multiple passes. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff that you see right there. A lot of that is coming from airplanes that they've been flying through here. Cause when I got up, they had it was planes flying everywhere. I was like, man, they desperately trying to get the sky sprayed for some reason. But yeah, I done seen about 4, 5, 6, 7 planes since I started. That's just since I started looking out the window. So it ain't no telling how many passes they done made through here though. You know what I'm saying? And then like the other day, they flew. I know at least I seen at least about 20, about 20 planes, and then none of them had it. The sky was clear, but they didn't have nothing flying out of the back of. But what they was doing is they all flew directly over me, all of the planes, and I just was like, you know, I guess they trying to deter or scare somebody into not focusing on getting the skies clear. But I'm gonna do it regardless. I'm gonna do it regardless. So, I just wanted to show y'all that. And by the time I got up, the eternal energy spirit being was already up here, and they had already had him surrounded with this chemical stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really get a chance to see him today. You know what I'm saying? Because last night it was some foolery that popped off mid-second. So that little foolishness popped off last night, you know what I'm saying, with the smells and stuff. I ain't even gonna go through explaining that because that's if I did that, that would be in every video, and and it just be the same story over and over because they just keep doing the same old thing, you know what I'm saying, and all of it is done to produce really be them demons, you know what I'm saying? Because they work with them smells that come from out of the sewage drains and from foul odors like, stuff that's rotten, things that come from a person's bodily functions, things like that. You know what I'm saying? It smells, period. It could be perfumes, colognes, some sort of drug scent or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And they'll use that, and you would think, well, that's just the marijuana smoke. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? That's not what that is. A lot of the time it be them demons on them people. And that what them smells do is it makes you think that is something normal that is around you, but it's not. And that stuff is them demons is affecting your brain and you in such a way, it'll make you where you don't remember certain stuff like in an instant. That's the reason why as soon as I sense the presence of whatever, I get that spray bottle and I get to spraying. You know what I'm saying? I get to spraying immediately because I don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But see, I can I can ask the creator, clear them out. You know what I'm saying? So they won't be in my presence at all. But see, these people leave, and when they leave and they go out, and they tell you every time they leave, they come back, with 6 or 7 more because they mad because they done been told to get up out of here. So the people will leave up out of here, and wherever they go at, since they accept and receive the demons, that demon that got wiped out of this area, it'll be mad. So it'll gather other demons to be on that one person. And then when they come back, you know, the presence will be stronger. Then if it's 2 or 3 people or 4 or 5 people in your household and all of them is up under the covenant, all of them got demons on them, and then they gonna do the same exact thing, but it means absolutely nothing. So um I just wanted to let y'all know where. And then look, check this out. It tell you in the book he was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. What is the beginning? The beginning is not when the snake told them people to eat off that tree. That's not the beginning. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning, but it's not when the serpent told him to eat off of the tree. But they make it seem like that. The serpent is just one of them. There are many. But he was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. So you go back to the beginning of the book, bro. Go back to the beginning of the book, and whatever it's telling you in the beginning of the book, you got your answer right there. You got your answer right there. He's a liar and a murderer from the beginning. What was in the beginning? The word. The word was what they say. Hold on. That's what they say. They say in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God, and the word became flesh, is what they say. But he was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. So all of that nonsense right there, what they telling you in the beginning, that's them. He's a liar. You know what I'm saying? He was a liar. So they tell you this later on in the book because they did that confusion stuff with the book and all of that. So you know that the languages is confused, and you know that they got this trickery and all that old stuff to where they be able to give you the truth, but you don't see the truth. But it tells you in the book that he was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. Remember I told you, Creator took me from the end of the book all the way back to the beginning of the book. And the very word beginning told me the end, told me the entire book. So the demons that's doing this, they liars and murderers, and they have been from the beginning. In the beginning of the book, it set up here and tell you that in the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God, and the word became flesh. That's the ones that they talking about. He was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. So what happened in the beginning of the book? They tell you that, and then later on, this snake's supposed to believe show up and tell these people to eat fruit off of the tree, saying that the tree was cursed. Nothing in the creation was put in the creation for no curse. If it was meant for you to eat it, it was meant for you to eat it. They tell you that witchcraft to make it, it's a curse. It's to deter you from eating the fruits and vegetables of life. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to live. All the fruits and vegetables is here for us to eat. We're not supposed to be eating animals. But this is how they tricked you with this witchcraft and this sorcery by telling you some fruit was cursed and all that old stuff. That's nonsense, bro. It's complete nonsense. So after this snake then tricked them into believing that this fruit is cursed or whatever, then the serpent and his little group of legion, somebody else shows up, and this is supposed to be God, and this nigga sitting up here saying, where art thou? Where are you? Where you at? I don't know where you at. Help me find you. Yell out, scream, say something, speak to me. Where are y'all at? But this is, this is his creation. He don't know where these people is at. And it ain't nothing but these two. You telling me you can't find these two people? You got to yell out and scream and, hey man, where y'all at and all this old stuff. But this is your creation, and it's only these supposed to be these two people. And you don't know where they at. You can't find them. But you are over all, and you all powerful and all knowing, but you asking questions like, where y'all at? Okay, so then they find these, they come in contact with them, and then the people's like, man, we was hiding because we was scared and all this old stuff. You was scared because of what this snake and this serpent then told you, and then you scared because now you're hearing a voice that was never even there, but it done showed up like, hey, where y'all at? So of course you're gonna be scared. You ain't never heard it before. What the heck is this? What is this? And then it's like, what are y'all doing? And it said and the other. So they like, we was scared because we was naked. You was naked at first. You was naked at first. You know, it wasn't no need for no clothes or none of that stuff because they had already had all of the natural given creator senses that they needed. You know, but when the snake talked to them, put that curse on them, it made them feel guilty about what they was doing. You know, it made them feel guilty about eating from certain fruits that's been put out here for us to eat regardless, you know, because that's the fruits and vegetables of life. But that was part of the curse to where later on in the book they tell you that you are able to eat meat and all this old stuff. They even put that curse in the book talking about some the fruits and vegetables are for you. To you it shall be meat. That was one of the curses that they put in here. They slipped that meat stuff in there. But anyway, he's a liar and a murderer from the beginning. So then this God creature shows up and he's like, where y'all at? This, that, and the third, right? And they was like, we was afraid because we naked and all this, that, and the other, you know. So then this God creature, this demon, tells them, well, don't worry about it. I got something for y'all. I'm getting ready to kill these animals over here. And you're not supposed to be killing, period. You're not supposed to be killing, period. You know, so the truth is in the book, but the way that they preached it to us in the book, because these people want to serve these demons, everybody has been embedded in sin from birth. So you're not supposed to be killing. So this God creature shows up and he kills these animals, which is supposed to be his creation because of the way they lied in the book and told us all this nonsense. So he shows up, he kills these animals, strips them of their flesh, and then give it to these people for clothes. So he done showed these people how to sin. You know, the snake tricked them into thinking that it was some fruit that they wasn't supposed to be eating. But all the fruits and vegetables are created by the creator and they meant for us to eat because them are the fruits and vegetables of life. You know, it's the reason why now today they go through all of their little genetic processes of mixing the fruits and vegetables up with GMOs and stuff and spraying. They've been spraying chemicals all over the fruits and vegetables on everything that you can think of, period, because they know that them fruits and vegetables give us life and energy. So if we getting life and energy from them, they got to do something to try to deter that because the gods and those that serve the gods, they mad because the so-called gods got stripped of what they had in the creation, which was eternal life. The same thing that we have. But since we following out the gods, this is what's being done to us. We are constantly eating poisons and stuff. They spray all these chemicals on the fruits and vegetables of life. Then they trick you into go to these people, these witch doctors, that mix up all of these other different chemicals that kill your nervous system and hinders your ability to sense things. You know, your natural given abilities that come from the creator to sense dark presences when they around you. They fed us all this poison and stuff, saying that it helps you and all this old stuff. Had you been born the way that you was supposed to have been born and never been given any poisons, you would have never had no poisons. You would your eternal soul, which is this body that you living in, your eternal soul, which is this body that you are living in, would have never been defiled. It wouldn't have never been defiled. But since the system has been going on for so long, it has become a tradition. The tradition of the fallen that they have now put up on the men. So now it is the traditions of men. Because it's a natural tradition for people to continuously, unknowingly, but willingly take these poisons because it has been done for so long. So you constantly being poisoned. And all of this is coming from the liar and the murderer that was the liar and murderer from the beginning, which is the God. Everybody has been following this word, right? Everybody's been following the word, and everybody has always served the God. And it don't matter which religion you go to, which country, state, city, or whatever. It don't matter what religion, none of that. All of it is the same crap. All of it is the same crap. It's the same nonsense. It comes from the liar that was there in the beginning. See, the beginning is not the start. Because when Creator started creating everything, he created everything and everything was good. But then in the beginning, the liar and the murderer popped up. And everybody has been following its words because it was able to deceive these people into following it. So, and people are still following them. Like, you can't see this information. And the reason why you can't get this information, this truth, out of the book, if you call on the creator's going to give it to you. I didn't even have to read the book. All I had to do was check the information and verify it. But then once I got the information, I checked it and verified. Now I can read through the stories and I can see all of the foolishness. I can see all the foolishness. I can break down all of they little witchcraft and sorcery that they didn't put in the book. Even the stuff that they was talking about hell. They sitting up here talking about hell and all this old stuff. And you don't want to burn. You're going to burn for eternity and all that. No, you're not going to burn for eternity if you stay in the darkness. If you stay up under this covenant of darkness, what you're going to do is you're going to follow them into the darkness where the demons don't want to be at because they was cut off. They was cut off because of what they did, so they was sealed in the darkness. But these idiots conjured them up out of the darkness, and they done tricked all of the creation into following this resurrection nonsense, talking about some you need to be saved and you don't want to burn in hell and all this old stuff. The hell stuff that they talking about, bro, we not supposed to die anyway. But if you do, your soul body carries energy, and it is supposed to be burned. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to be keeping no graven images. These people that tricked us into preserving bodies and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the image of that person is just trapped in that energy that of that person. Since they died up under that covenant, they stuck in one of the many mansions of the God. That's what the many mansions is. The many mansions is the graves. They show you this because every grave has a headstone. Every headstone is a graven image. Not to mention the image of the person of the eternal energy spirit that used to be in that body is in that mansion that is the pit, which is the grave. So that whole stuff about burning in hell, they don't have no heat. Them demons don't get no heat or nothing. They in the darkness where it's unimaginably cold and it's completely dark, unimaginable dark. That's why they don't want to be in there. But since they have no other choice and they've been conjured out, they have a limited time to do what they are doing. It's not that they have been granted this time. Creator didn't grant them this time. These idiots conjured them up out of the darkness. So they have a limited time because everybody is deceived. And when the creator start cutting people off, them demons is going back into the darkness. But if them people still willingly, knowingly accept them demons, once you know that them is demons and you still calling on them, and they still attached to you and stuff, when you cut off from the creator, you're not receiving no more eternal energy. So the only thing that demon is going to be able to drain energy from is you. And if you are cut off from the creator, that demon is going to continue to drain you of eternal energy. Because it's trying its best not to go back into the darkness. But when the time comes and creator cuts them off, the only one that they are going to see right now, they able to jump from person to person to drain eternal energy. But once the creator start cutting them off, cutting these people off, the only person they're going to be able to drain energy, only person them demons going to be able to drain energy from is the very people that willingly and accept them demons. And the only thing they're going to be able to drain is that person. And that person's eternal energy is going to be drained. And once that eternal energy is drained, you will be a dark spirit. And them dark spirits cannot be in a body that has been given to them to live in eternity, which is in this life that you live in right now, in the creation, because they dark spirits and they not supposed to be in the creation of life. So when, if they don't, that's the reason why I tell you, in the twinkling of an eye, you know what I'm saying? Because once the creator cuts some demons off, you know what I'm saying? Or you willingly accept them demons and stuff. Once the creator, it's not that the creator's cutting you off, but if you're not willing to, if you don't have the love in your heart for the truth and you don't want to come out of that nonsense because they done deceived you to the point to where you just don't see nothing wrong with it. I don't know how you can't see nothing wrong with it, because I was confused about it my whole life. I was like, man, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? But being is that we was raised by our peoples and stuff, and they was already tricked and deceived, we hold on to the ones that we was raised with in love and all that old stuff. And that's another thing, man, because I grew up with these particulars, love them with all my heart, man. Love them with all my heart. But they do not stop. Now, this was the stuff that they was doing was going on through my whole life, and I just didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? Because I was up under the curse, the covenant curse with them. You know what I'm saying? But see, they knew it, because once you speak, we that have good hearts and stuff, we never speak wrong upon nobody. We don't even want to see nobody hurt or none of that. But these people that do it because they feel like that gives them some kind of power and control. Once they didn't spoke out in anger, showing the demons that they are dark and they willing to go on this dark path, being as the demon is connected to them, you will have a demon connected to you too. But you don't have that evil and darkness in you. But once in people that have that darkness and evil in them, and they have that demon attached to them, and they done spoke a curse against you, like, man, I wish this person was hurt, I wish this would happen to him, it said and the other, and then they see that this stuff actually worked, the stuff that they spoke against those people, once they see that this stuff actually worked, they think it's a superpower. So they really hang on to it and cling on to it, because the demons then trick these people into believing that this is getting ready to continue. But it tells you in the book that the creator is going to put this energy in the creation. And when that happens, people is going to start being able to see what is going on, which is going to lead them away from this foolishness that we've always been in. That's the reason why the book set up here and tell you, this day shall not come unless the falling away come first. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to be separate. We not supposed to have nothing to do with them demons, but it's people that have always accepted them demons, and they done lived generations and generations of accepting them demons. You can see it in some little, different areas. Them people know that them is spirits and stuff that they conjuring up, and they allow them spirits to come to them and all that old stuff, not knowing that they already got one on them, but they conjuring up more. So when people can have them, all kind of different demons on them, and you can see it in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? You can see it in their eyes. They be having them demons on them and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't be that person. That person be snapped out. So it be them demons that's really controlling that body. You know what I'm saying? And look, if you on some drugs and all that old stuff, and doing drugs and all that old stuff, they can snap you out, and you won't have no memory of whatever that went on, and they didn't went and put you in all kind of stuff, because you willingly accept being up under the curse, thinking that it was something good, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, these type of people, they done been in my life, two particulars. These two particular people have been in my life, and one of them that was in the living room, that's a full-fledged demon. That's no longer that person. You know what I'm saying? That's a full-fledged demon in that body. You know what I'm saying? And the creator had to show me that. Now, this other person, either, he just like being who he is. He been like that from birth. You know what I'm saying? So I just got to leave it alone. Love them all. You know what I'm saying? I don't love the image. I love the eternal energy spirit that person was. You know what I'm saying? That person is. And that guy on the couch, that's no longer him. You know what I'm saying? He's gone. That is a demon that's in that body. You know what I'm saying? And this other one, he's just always loved his authority and power, snake control that he's been able to do, like on some real deal bully type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just like the spoiled brat type of thing. You know, I always got to be in my way, and if it ain't their way, then they want to tear up something and act big bad, like they gonna hurt somebody or something. This type of mentality. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time it be the firstborn, but it don't have to be the firstborn all the time. You know what I'm saying? But you won't be able to see them unless you call out to the Creator. You know what I'm saying? They always done been like that, and you'll know it. You know what I'm saying? But they hold on to this false sense of control and power. You know what I'm saying? Of what they think they have, and it's not control and power. It's just that the demon is attached to them, and the demon wants its way because it's trying to keep everybody it can up under the curse that it is around. So when the time comes and the Creator starts cutting people off, then people will be sealed with them demons, and then them demons will just be able to drain them of the rest of their eternal energy that will make them into dark spirits, because they will have no eternal energy. If they don't call out to the Creator, man, if they don't call out to the Creator, it's a done deal. You know, because they done made that deal with them demons. They don't want to let them go, you know. And to tell you in the book, all you gotta do is turn from your evil and wicked ways. But they put it in the book. It's meaning is that you're not supposed to be out here doing no sin, and you're not supposed to be doing no sin. But the way that they said as if that's the only thing. But you don't know where these sins is coming from. These sins is coming from because you accept that demon. It's the reason why you can't figure out some things like, I wouldn't do no stuff like that, or why would I do something like that, or why would this person do some stuff like that, and things like that. It's because you got that demon attached to you, and you don't know, you can't feel the presence because you've always been poisoned from birth. Then everything that we eating is poison, you know. And then they got this technology nonsense that surrounds you, just constantly beaming uh, directly on your brain. That's how they got it set up, and that's hindering you. So all of these things is making your soul body weak, and it's bringing down your spirit. And the fact that you believe that you in the truth and you are not in the truth, that is bringing your spirit down to where it is not going to be strong. Because if you're not in the truth, that means you're living in a lie. And you living in a lie, you can look it up. That's what the baptism is. You was baptized in a lie. It means a lie. You know what I'm saying? It means lie. uh, Someone who brags, someone who lies, or a liar. You know, that's what it means. So you was baptized in a lie because he's a liar and a murderer from the beginning. And in the beginning, it was the word. It tells you all of this in the book, but y'all can't. A lot of people not able to see it. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna. Give me a second. Give me a second. Well, I'm still go through here and show y'all what I was gonna show y'all. But I was coming through here and I seen this. You see it say child. Now it's a number that I always pop up and I always see it. You know what I'm saying? So let me go down here and I want to show y'all this number that I always see pop up on the clock and all of that old stuff. Right here. And it says 528. It say 5288. NAR, and it says 44. Now I always see this number. It always pops up. So now I'm believing that this is a curse, because that's the way I have been done my whole life. And it says male child, servant. So like I said, you could be in the wrong family, or you just could be born into a family that all of these people know what they are serving, bruh, and they have always treated you just like this, as a servant. And this go for female or male, either or. But they lean on the females because they have given power to the females to be over the children, because they took that right from the men, because the man produces the seed, comes from the male. You know what I'm saying? So they gave the power to the females. So it says a male child servant. So I always see his number 44 pop up. Always. It be on the clock all the time and all that. And that's what I have been my entire life, bro. This is what I've been my whole entire life. And it say 5288. So give me a second. I'm going to look it up. Okay, so 5288. And it says Nayar. And it's from 5287. So I'll go and look at that. And it says a boy. And it says a boy from the age of infancy. And like I said, it could be a boy or a girl of similar latitude, age, babe, boy, child, damsel from the marriage. That's what I'm thinking this abbreviation is. It's from the marriage, MARG. I'm thinking that's an abbreviation for marriage. And it says a servant, young man. Okay, so 5288. 5288 is right here. And it says a prime root. I don't know what these. It could be. I don't know what this abbreviation is, but and this goes with 5286. So I'm gonna look up which 5286 is right here, and it says to growl, yell. Through the idea of the rustling of mane, which usually accompanies the lion's roar, to rumble about, shake off, out, self, overthrow, toss up and down. So even though this is the curse that is put up on you, well, was put up on me. This is the curse that was put up on me, one of the many curses. But they had this because I shook this off. I shook this curse off, you know. Instead of bowing down up under this serpent seed, knowing that, I just knew something wasn't right, but I'd been like that for my whole life because I've always bowed up under, not knowing that it was the serpent seed's rule, but being as that the firstborn is the spoiled serpent seed and always get their way, or it don't have to be, the firstborn, like I said, but they always get their way and stuff. They'll whine and complain to the overseer of both kids, and then it'll always go in the serpent seed's way, and that's how it always been my whole life. And this is what the curse I've been under, some of what the curse I've been under as a servant, some sort of slave or something. And that's the reason why I used to always run away from the crib, you know what I'm saying, because I was sick of the stuff that was be going on, because nothing never went my way, you know what I'm saying. But I was also up under that curse of blood thicker than water. But like I said, the seed comes from the father. So if y'all not from the same father, then y'all really not blood. Y'all not kin. They they from a different bloodline. So, but see, I shook this off. You know what I'm saying? I shook it off, and I didn't overthrow that. I didn't toss that up and down. You know what I'm saying? I didn't overthrew this nonsense right here. I didn't overthrew it because they was constantly trying to get me to call on them names. You know, Jesus is and God that and all that old stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when I had started receiving the truth, I wasn't calling on them names, bro. I wasn't calling on them names because I was like, I've never been able to read. You know what I'm saying? But once I had called out on the Creator, I was able to start read, and not only read it, I was no longer understanding it. I was understanding, because understand means that you are standing under the rule of what has been taught to you or being said to you. So I was no longer understanding it. I was understanding. And that right there, a wrestling of man because I could never be subtle. I was always wrestling through my whole life. I was wrestling with this my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Fighting this. It's nonsense right here. I was fighting it my whole life. It's little boy, servant, child from infancy. From infancy. And that's the reason why I tell you, I'm like, from birth, you done been a slave. If you done been going through some of the nonsense that you done heard me going through, you know what I'm saying? And they always trying to keep you up under the rule and nonsense of its demonic demon God nonsense. Bro, y'all best call out to the creator, man, because these people are not playing we are used as batteries because these people want to continue to accept them demons in their life. And since the demon is going to drain them of eternal energy, they keep us around up under the covenant so the demon will be able to draw energy from us so that they won't constantly be being drained. But I just wanted to show y'all that. And that's what it do. It's, you will have all this foolishness that you done went through your whole life, and it be built up to the point to where you be having attitudes and stuff. But if you up under the curse, it just seems like you arguing and yelling, but really it's your spirit fighting because you're not supposed to be bowing down up under nothing or nobody, bruh. Nobody is meant to be slaves, but they have forced us up under it because they willingly accept them demons. They willingly accept them. And growl, yell, scream, cuss, fight. But once you call out on the creator, then it becomes this. A shaking off, a shaking out of self. To overthrow, to toss up and down, to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? Because we not supposed to have nothing to do with these people that want to continuously serve them demons, man. Not supposed to have nothing to do with them, bro. And I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I because I have the love, I have continuously tried to tell them, man, look, that's because you got that demon on you. But because they got that bloodline, they just want to continue to accept that nonsense because they've always felt like from birth they done had control. And they have. They have, because they done kept us stupid up under the curse, so we didn't know none of this stuff. And them people don't get former kid at birth. But we be getting we get former kid clipped, snipped, and all that old stuff. So like I said, y'all best call out on the creator, because you know who you are. You know who you are. You know that you always done had a problem with this nonsense, and you always done felt like, why does it always go in this person's way, and they ain't doing nothing but dirtball, dirty, bad stuff to you. You know what I'm saying? And nothing don't never get said about it, and then the overseer is always taking their way. You know what I'm saying? So y'all best call out on the creator, man. Give me a second. Let me look this other one up. Okay, so I'm looking up his church. Looking up his church. But after you see his church, like, and I done looked it up. So once you look up church, this is going to say like it's something good, But then I look up congregation, you know what I'm saying? I look it up. So I look up church, and, once I done looked that up, I look up congregation, and I look up temple, right? So after you done went to this here, and it gives you the definition of churches, and you look this up, and it gives you the definition of churches, because you can see these two are the same, 1577. I look up congregation, in the same book. I look up congregation and see what congregation means. Okay, then I go to this, because they have this down here up under churches as well. This 2417. So I look this up, and then after I get the definition for this, I go and look up temple and see what the definition of this. See, so like I told you, them all capital words is telling you that something is amiss, something is not right. So you can look this word up, but it's just like the regular dictionary. So once you look this word up and you go find this, and then you find that out, look up congregation as well. Okay, so after you go and you check get these numbers, and you check out what the definition is of church for this number, then go and check out Temple. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the same thing. See, give me a second. So, like, this is the Webster's New Pocket Dictionary, right? And it said it got 35,000 definitions in it, right? So it's the same thing, just like this Hebrew breakdown. Remember I told y'all about the all capital letters and stuff? You know what I'm saying? It's the same. It does the same thing like this because they using word magic, bro. They using word magic. So hold on, give me a second. I want to show you this. Okay, so like I said, they're using word magic, which the word magic is the changing of the names. So like I told y'all, I don't know if y'all seen that video, but I did a video when I was speaking about me starting to get into, reading. So I didn't know why I was being told to get this dictionary, and to look up, just look up. So I had just started looking up words and stuff, right? So I was in the kitchen, so I was like, okay, I'm just going to start looking up ingredients. You know what I'm saying? Everything has sodium in it. When I checked, everything got sodium in it. You know what I'm saying? So I look up sodium, and it say that it is. I used to think it was salt, but as you can see, sodium is a light metallic element abundant in combined forms. This is alchemy, or whatever they call it. It's witchcraft, it's sorcery. It's part of the pharmakia process. So once I did that, I looked up metallic. So give me a second. I'm gonna look up this metallic real quick. Okay, so and then when I had looked up metallic, I couldn't find metallic. You know what I'm saying? So when I looked up metal and it says any of the usual, I can't pronounce that, lustral elements that are often duct, ductile and malleable with high tensile and strength. And it says metallic. So metallic is metal. And let me see if I can't find this real quick. Go back to that. Yep. And sodium is in all of the food, and sodium is a light metallic element abundant in combined forms, right? And when you look up metal, metal is metallic. So they put metal in all of the food, and the reason why they do that is because they need you to have this metallic substance flowing through your body, because the electrical grid system that they have set up, like your cell phones, they catch signals and stuff. They have metallic metal substances in them. So the metal is able to catch signals. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't have any metals in you, you'd be able to get, the real senses from that come from the creation. You would be able to get the real information that you're supposed to be getting from the creation, from the creator. From the creator puts all this energy into the creation. You would be able to know this, but since they give you all of these poisons and stuff, you're not able to receive them. And this false light electrical grid system that they set up hinders our natural abilities. And they do that by the witchcraft and sorcery, which is pharmakia. And basically everything has metal in it. Everything that you eat, because they need to keep you filled with it so that they can not only be able to keep some sort of track on you, but then the devices that they have will be able to, beam on you without you knowing it, and hinder you. They even be able to manipulate the frequency to where to have you to where you're not thinking correctly at all. And this is the reason why all of the food is poisoned and has this metallic, metal, silvery substance in it, you know. And they call it sodium. And they had me believing that sodium was salt, you know. They had me believe my whole life I believed that sodium was salt until I started coming into the truth and I looked that up, you know what I'm saying? And then after I looked that up, I looked up the word that it sent me to. And then after, if I had some more dictionaries, I would have looked up the word that had sent me to. Because, they using word magic. They going to keep on, doing that type of stuff, It's the same thing that they did with all of the books, all of the information. And now that they got this computerized system set up, they can actually change the words through the computer system with just the tap of a button. That's the reason why I don't really like using the computers and stuff to try to get that information. I just get these books because they can't change the book. Now, if you are still up under that nonsense and that demon's attached to you and you got idiots around you that got demons on them demons is going to be able to hinder you and manipulate your brain. So if they able to do it, you probably be reading a book and you will see some shit in that book that wasn't even in the goddamn book. Because you got them demons on you and they able to manipulate your mind and your frequencies, just like it's a false electricity light grid that they got set up that is all around us. So that's on y'all, man. I'm just saying y'all need to start digging into these books and getting the real information, because these people that serve these demons, that truly serve the demons, they are in the higher ups, you know what I'm saying? And then it corresponds throughout the DNA in the population. So you got these other people that's in the population that truly serve that system. And I don't know why they're doing it, because their lives is, basically the same as ours, terrible. They not getting no benefits. The only thing they benefiting from this is they get to go into the darkness. If you can call that a prize, they get to go to the resurrection. You know what I'm saying? So if they want to call that a prize, I guess it's a prize. You know, congratulations, paradise. I'm gonna look up at paradise for y'all real quick. Okay, so this is paradise, and it says 3857. I might come back and look up parables. I don't know. I might come back and look at parables, but I'm gonna look up his paradise for y'all real quick, and it's 3857, and it just says park right there. I don't know what that other word is saying. I think that's in Greek, paradisio, but it says paradise 3857. It's 3857, right? And it says a prime root. Remember I said go to the prime roots. This is the only one. This is the only one that they have in here, because it would have another uh, code, another number code in here if it had something else in here. But this is 3857 from the English word of paradise, and I looked it up in the Hebrew, and this is the Hebrew definition of it, which the English Bible is translated from, and it says a prime root, to lick, and then it says to blaze, to burn up, set on fire, flaming, kindled. So that's what y'all's paradise is that they got y'all going to. Just thought y'all might need to know it. Give me a second. I might look up another. I might look up his parables. Hold on. Okay, so his parables got three different number codes to it, as you can see. So it's got 4912, 3850, and 3942. I don't know if I'm ready to go through all of that. It says parable, and then parables is 4912 and 3850. So it's basically the same thing. So I don't know, because every time I look up one of these, I got to go through looking up a lot of other stuff. Let me check it out. I'm going to check it out. Okay, so it said 4912 for parable and parables. So as you can see this right here, it says this is not the root word though. So it goes in and it says from 4910, right? So I'm gonna go up here to 4910, And then 49:10 says a prime root, to rule, have, make, to have, dominion, governor, indeed, region, bear, cause to have, rule, ruling, have power. So this whole parables thing, that this idiot that they had y'all serving called Jesus Christ, uh, these parables were spoke to you so that they could have rule and govern over you, because they knew that you was not going to be able to understand. They knew that you was not going to understand the foolishness of the confusion that they spoke in that book, or that this demon was speaking to you, because he was speaking babble. You know, it wasn't meant for you to understand it, and that's the confusion of the languages, just like they did these books. You know, so that's on y'all, man. Because what it's telling you is that it's confusion. That's what it is. This parable nonsense is confusion. And why is it confusion? Why did they speak in parables? Why was it confusing? Because they did not want you to understand it. And the prime root of this confusion is so that they could rule over you, to have, make, to have dominion over, to govern over you. Indeed, the whole region, to bear, cause to have, ruling. So this nonsense that they've spoken has caused them to have ruling over what? And power over what? Over you, because you are understanding everything that they told you. And remember, understand means that you stand under the rule of what they have told you, because you want to walk in blind faith and not look up its stuff that they got in these books. So you are understanding their rule. You are standing under their rule, because you have no understanding, because you don't have the love in your heart for the truth, to want to know the truth and to get the truth. Because if you did, you would get these books and you would look this information up. But hey, it's on y'all. Like I said, y'all continue to understand everything that they have told you, and you continue to have that faith that you walk in, that they told you to do blindly, on that road of the path of the ruin, on the yellow brick road that is leading you to what are they leading you to? Let's look up this nonsense that they are leading. I already looked that up anyway. To paradise. They leading you to paradise. And what is paradise again? It means to go to a kindle fire to burn. But this is the thing, that's trickery also, because they leading you to death, but they trick you into believing in this hell scenario, because they do not want your corpse to be burned. They do not want your body to be burned, because they want to seal you in one of the many mansions that the gods have set out for you, where they can put a graven image over you, saying to the creator, well, these here are mine. Can you not see that they have graven images over me, over them? Because they have put you in one of their many mansions of paradise. But actually, them bodies are supposed to be burned, because you're not supposed to be preserving or having any graven images. But they put a graven image over your grave, as well as the image of that person, in a box or a tomb, and seal them in the many mansions of the God. See, while I sat down and did that nonsense, I mean, well, not nonsense, while I sat down, you know what I'm saying, because they have this nonsense energy beams downstairs that be directing energy, as well as a couple of these cars out here and these idiots that keep serving these demons. They was able to put this foolishness up here because I wasn't focused. But it was on my mind to go ahead and look up a couple of words and all that old stuff. But I'm ready to get off of here and get focused, you know what I'm saying? So I can start clearing this foolishness up out of here. So thank you, Creator, for all that you do, all that you have done, all you continue to do, and all that is to come. I love you, Creator. You know I love you. You know I love you. Love y'all. Call out to the Creator. Creator of all of existence is the truth. You will know the truth when you call out to the Creator, because the Creator will give you the truth, all of the truth, and only the truth. When you receive the truth from the creator of all of existence, you will then know that the creator of all existence is the truth. Do you speak it? Look, notice this. You see how it's coming in? I don't know if y'all be able to see it. But you see how this is moving? The light stuff. All of this right here is moving in. This is moving in, right? All that is moving in. But this stuff right here is just settled. So it's not moving. It's stopped. It's just sitting there. So why would this right here be sitting here? You know what I'm saying? Why would that right there be sitting there? But all of this stuff over here is slowly moving over. So let me get off of here so I can get focused. Thank you, Creator. I love you. Know I love you. Love y'all. Call out to the Creator. The Creator is the truth. Do you speak it? If you don't speak the truth, then you speak it for the demons.